What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video. This is episode 5 of season 14, but today I'm not doing an actual vlog. I'm doing a Q&A that I did on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to hit the link in the description and follow me. I post a lot of the screenshots from these episodes and also just anything else that I love on my story. But without further ado, let's get right into this Q&A.
We see you out there. Let's go. Ladies looking good, fellas looking good. Let's go. In the place to...
Savannah said, Kai wants to know why you bring me chicken nuggies. I'm sorry, Kai. I'll come over soon, buddy, I promise. By the way, guys, for context, this is Kai. I know, isn't he cute? He's such a king. The next question is from my homie Jacob. He's saying, what has been the biggest struggle so far in 2021? Probably just being an adult and growing and finding my career path and kind of learning like what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like that's a lot of thought, and it's also just like a lot of like midlife crises throughout life. Like it's kind of honestly overwhelming because I am realizing there's so many things in the world that you're able to do, but I realize you have so little time. And that's a very scary thought for a 20-year-old kid that's just trying to figure out more about what he wants to do. So I would say just trying to curate an idea of my career and continue on with faith and believing that, because it's hard to believe in yourself. It's hard to believe that what you do has purpose in the long run. It's hard to believe that you'll be okay. You know, it really is. I mean, you look around in the world and you see the suffering that's there, and it's a really scary thing. Main thing is just figuring out life and the lack of progress I've made in that, because you will never figure out life. Matt's asking, what's the best advice you've ever received? I hate that you said best, which means I have to pick one. There's honestly two. The first one I would say, okay, I'm gonna do one that I heard from a person that I actually know, and then one that I heard from a well-known person. So the thing that I heard from a person that's well-known is a video of Steve Jobs, and I'll link it in the description, but it's basically, he's talking about dreams and creating things and making what you love and doing what you love. He said that the way that society's set up, the way that you live your life is like, you know,
when you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life.
And this is the part that I'm getting at.
Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it, you can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, you know, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it, that's maybe the most important thing.
And that really spoke to me because I realized that I have the potential to do anything I can set my mind to, and that's a real thing. Like I really do believe that. And so, yeah, it was just really impactful. The other thing that I know that I actually heard from someone personally was my friend John Montez from Los Angeles. He was telling me on the phone one time about how God has only given you enough strength for the specific point in your life right now. Like you will never have enough strength to conquer tomorrow. That's why it's called tomorrow. It's like you have strength for today. And it's kind of like the thing in, I think it's Kung Fu Panda, where he says like, I forget the character's name, but he said that yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift.
That is why it is called the present.
And I think about that a lot because you can get really trapped in the constant tomorrow and the constant yesterday and the constant memory or dream. But when you really recognize where you're at right now in the present time, that's a really, really cool thought. Like it's a really freeing thing. You really realize how much potential you have. But also, like John said, you only have the strength to conquer what you have today. There's like a verse where Jesus says, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Today is sufficient enough for its own trouble. So you have this moment right now to steward and deal with all of the issues that you do have, because it's not negating the idea that you don't have issues. It's just saying you can only deal with what you got now. You only have enough strength for today because you're alive right now. You're alive and breathing right now as you watch this video. You are sitting in a chair or on the toilet. Are you on the toilet right now? And you're breathing and you're thinking and your brain's moving and there's things going on that you really can't control ultimately. There's just so many things going on and it's like you're there, you know, and that's it. Like that's all you've got. You have the eternal now, I think Alan Watts calls. Like I love that, you know? So those two things I would say though. It's just amazing. Really, really changes my perspective. Best advice I've ever heard. Hope that helps, bro, honestly. By the way, bro, love your stuff. Please keep it moving. Josh says, what gets you up in the morning? Progress. I used to wake up out of like reluctancy, or at least just some sort of like, I'm not sure. That's a good question. I think I've gotten a pattern of waking up. Like I've trained my brain to just be like, get up, let's go. I definitely get up to make my bed. Like I always get up and make my bed still, like that one. I talked about this in like a couple seasons ago about my morning routine or something, and it was like relating to this Navy SEAL or Marine or something like that, and he was doing a speech about making your bed in the morning. It's the first task you complete, and like to me that's a very important thing, is task completion. So I would say progress, task completion, and also just like my career. Yeah, I would say that. And weirdly enough, I think progress is a great way to coin that, because it kind of covers all my bases. Like there's progress in my financial situation, there's progress in my career of what I want to do, there's progress in my projects that I'm working on. Like there's so many different things that I'm pushing towards, so I would say progress, plain and simple. My homie Sydney's asking, how are you while you were gone? Thanks for asking, man. I appreciate that. I've been okay. I've been just kind of like overwhelmed with trying to figure out my life too quickly. So I would say that when you're 20 years old, bro, do not try to figure it all out, because you're not going to have it figured out. It's going to be an overwhelming thought process. You just need to ignore that and just live your life and be present, like I was just saying. But like, dude, I've just been thinking so much on my career that I've been stressing myself out for like all the different avenues that I'm taking and all the things that I'm wanting to do. Like, so yeah, I've been good. I would say I've definitely been in a good spot. I've just been very overwhelmed trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to go, and all of that sort of stuff. So a lot of midlife thoughts and stuff like that, but I've been good. How have you been though? Please let me know in the comments. He also said, can you come to Full Force, please? Dude, I would love to, but the thing is that Full Force is for like younger kids, and I'm not in that age group anymore, so it honestly just feels kind of weird to be there. And I know like some other of our friends show up and stuff like that, even though they're like my age, but it's just because I'm not a part of staff, bro. I would love to, I seriously would, but I just feel like it's not my age group. I'd love to see you though, man, seriously. Speaking of Full Force, Rachel just asked, what worship song always hits different for you? Hillsong United's The People Tour live from Madison Square Garden. The songs, they have to go in order. Rain/Rain live, and then next, Oh Praise the Name. Those two together are like God tier. They have the most, I'm getting chills talking about it. The first part's just beautiful and the vocal progression is insane. And the second part, they basically let the crowd sing it, and it's in Madison Square Garden, so it seats like crazy amounts of people, so it's just beautiful to hear. So those two are insane. And speaking of music, kind of, Marcos just asked, favorite sound effects? That's a good question. I love that. I love editing based questions. Okay, Marcos, there's this one dude where it's like, whenever I'm transitioning to a new scene and I want to find a way to transition it without being like gimmicky or corny, there's this one that's it's called a Rise. They're on Epidemic Sound. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's a really good website to find sound effects on. They have this one that's like something Rise, but it's like, and it like grips at the end and just cuts, and the reverb kind of like fades out at the end. Dude, that one is so good to use. I would say another one is whenever I do B-roll, if you guys kind of noticed in the last episode, I throw in a lot of ambient sounds for the scenes that I'm recording. So like last episode, I'm in Chicago, there's like train sound effects. I even used the city audio in Skizzy Mars' song, The City, at the beginning, because I thought that it would be really cool to like put like a little homage to a song that I used to listen to when I was in high school, kind of just in my inspiration days. So definitely those things were freaking awesome. So Ben's asking, favorite summertime activities? Number one off the bat is bonfires. I love chilling with people and just doing my thing and just having conversations until the sun is like back up, like literally just like all night. I also just love I love longboarding. I love the 4th of July. I love being outside in general and just adventuring. And I also like random last second traveling where you just kind of say, screw it, let's go. And you end up in the middle of nowhere and you just have a good adventure. It's just, to me, that is so fun. My mom asks, is the earth flat or round? That's a controversial question, honestly. I feel like I'm gonna cause a war. The earth is definitely round. I don't think flat earthers have been on a plane. Like when you get on a plane, it just changes your perspective about the entire earth that you live on. Like it's definitely, I have to say definitely round. I just can't. I can't with the flat earth theory. It just doesn't make sense. It's like there's literally curvature. Now, there is a conspiracy theory that I am a believer in, and that is the fact that birds are not real and they're actually drones for the government. That to me makes sense. Especially owls, night surveillance. That's why I hate them. Shane said, what types of beans are your favorite? Bro, she making beans. Favorite type of beans? This is so bad. First answer in my head was literally jelly beans, so I'm gonna stick with that. Sydney just said, can you give me the new Jordans you just got? Bro, I don't have any new Jordans. Oh, I do have these though, guys. I just got in the mail. So Sydney, apparently, bro, these are yours, just by request. These are a size 12 UNLV dunks that I just got from sneakers. They had like a shock drop, and I got these like a couple weeks ago. What size are you? Because I'm a size 12, and I don't know if anything I have would fit you. But I do want to know, what is your favorite shoe ever of all time? Like dream shoe. Because mine would have to be, oh, Belugas. I want the Yeezy Beluga, like the first ones, because those are like the grail Yeezy in my opinion. Ooh, wow, that's sad. I hate that I'm asked this question. Sydney asked me, what are you going to do during retirement? Bro, I'm 20. I got a couple of years, man. You're making me feel like I'm 80. What am I gonna do during retirement? I don't know, man. I want to be like the cute old guy that makes like podcasts. Like, if you guys don't know, there's this guy named Kerry Green, and he has this podcast called The Morning Mindset, and it's just like, he's just this like, he sounds like this sweet old guy that just records podcasts and enjoys drinking his coffee every morning. Like, it's just really cool. But to me, like, I don't know, just anything creative, like I would love to just have time to like not work, but just like, I'm not sure. I would want to kind of combine creating and also helping people. So probably something like that. Or just become like a really cool artist. I'm not sure. Dominic said, show me the Dr. Bob or everyone dies. Everyone dies? Dog, you got a water gun. That's not gonna kill anybody. I gotta be honest too, homie. We are gonna have Dr. Bob soon. There is I promise you, you don't have to kill us all with your water gun. We're gonna have Dr. Bob soon. And the last question is from my mom, and she said, what do you think about impulsive behavior? I think impulsive behavior is really interesting. Something you can fall into so easily, but then you have to deal with repercussions very quickly after, and then it like lasts longer than the actual decision making or the action that you committed. There's a business that goes on in the world where it's instant gratification and then long-term payment for that, or there's long-term payment first and then gratification. And it's like this, like I can buy a car and I can save up like $20,000, buy a nice car and pay it outright, not have any debt. And that is what that's doing, is that's passing down the gratification for later. It's delayed gratification, which I'm a big believer in. But basically you pass down the road the gratification, so then you kind of suffer on the way there, which is meaning like, you know, saving up money, grueling the process of what if I don't get there. You know, it's something to attain, and it's hard to believe in. It's a wonderful thing, and it's like, oh my gosh, like that was so worth it. And then there's instant gratification where you get something now, but then you have credit card debt until you're like 35 and you're paying off this car that you probably won't even have by the time you're like 25. So it's just one of those things where, I don't know, impulse control is definitely needed. I think that we're very impulsive people, and there's a lot of things that I do. I know I can't really speak for anyone else, but I know for me, like I do things that are very like immature, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, like what did I just do? And I'd rather be a little bit more on the safe side than the sorry side. I'd rather, I don't know, but it's hard. And yeah, guys, that's the Q&A. If you guys have any more questions, please always feel free to comment. I would love nothing more than to make another couple videos on talking points. I know that I used to do a lot of talking videos where I'd sit down, but I just felt like I needed to go back out and adventure and make like vlogs that I'm like traveling with, but spice it up. I don't know. I just like, I love talking to you guys. I kind of miss this, honestly. And yeah, but thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. Share this with a friend too. Please help me get my channel out there. I always want to just kind of grow the community and keep going. And yeah, until next time, guys, do what you love as long as it brings goodness into the world. This has been Safe Infection. Until next time, peace out.